Okay, going to try this again. I'm going to check the audio here in a minute. Hold on. Yeah, so hello. We're going to see if this works. Let's see. Alan Cole, first one again. Let's see here. Another 15 steps till we get to be able to see what I'm doing here. Are we all ready to go or not? Yes, we are. We do have audio this time. Okay. All right, and we do have the ability to see who or how many people are here. Yeah, I wasn't able to see that a second ago. I mean, the number, I could see your chat, but I couldn't see the number of people actually watching. All right, so who do we have? Alan Cole, first one, gets the door prize. Steve Salzgiver is the second. Hello. Chris Cox. All right, let's put the glasses on. Alan Young is here, says hello. Dawkinstein, hey. Jim Main, hey. How's it going? Graylin Landry, good evening. Aaron, what's up? Sam, yes. Alan Cole, sounds good. Jesse is here, hi again. Jeffrey Gammon, hello everybody. Evening, everybody. Dakota Horn is here, hey Dave. Chris Lithic, hey Pat and chat. TJ and Soul, hello Stonies. Alan Cole gifted a membership to Chef D Turner, Chef DL Turner. Awesome. Thank you. Mac Bales is here. Let's see. Chris Lithic says, got my bow tuned and putting down some great shots so far. Awesome. Your laughter is here. Dakota Horn, I said, hey, Dave. I didn't skip you. Bill, sub, gents. Sam Folks is here. I think I saw you already. Anyways, let me know if there's a lag in the sound or if there's interruptions and stuff. We're going to get into this. Tonight is Wednesday. It's supposed to be slab night. Yeah. So this is where we left off last night. You know, I napped one half of this original slab. I actually cut it so I'd have two pieces. Yeah. And I'm going to finish this tonight. All right. I'm going to finish it, but I'll finish it in the second half. The first half I usually do bifaces. First half of the 2 hours. The first hour I'm going to do bifaces. I'll see what I can do about finishing this up on the second half. Okay, on the second hour. So I'll put this up. I got to do some other bifacings. I got to see what's up with this stuff. Now I'm not going to make 1 point out of this. I'm going to try to break it into 2 pieces so I can make 2 points. Yeah, that's the idea. It wastes too much if I try to make 1 point. Okay, so I'm going to cut this one. And you can cut obsidian just like cutting regular glass. Oh, yes. I don't know how many new people we have here, but some people don't know that. What are you doing not knowing that? I'm amazed. Some people don't know that. I'm going to cut this one too. I'm going to cut both of these. So I'm going to cut that. Just like it. Versus score it with a fancy glass cutter scorer thinger. Yeah, like that. And then I hit the other side. see if it works. It usually does work. Voila. It works good. It's so awesome. I'm so happy. You don't realize how happy that makes me to be able to cut these just like that without machinery. Yeah. I'm gonna cut this one too. Yep. It's gonna be awesome. Beautiful. Couldn't ask for better. Now, what is this? This might be triple flow. It says my favorite on it. All right, that's what it says. Did Alan give me this too? Because this says your favorite on this. So, well, people know what my favorite is. Yeah. Do I cut this in half too? This is kind of wide. I don't like the really wide pieces. Nope. It's too wide. Yeah. Should I cut this one too? Explore Florida would snap them over his knee tiles. There's an easier way to do that. I got a tile cutter that you don't need to snap them over your knee. Works really good too. But that's down in Texas in my old shop. I left all my, well, I left a lot of my stuff, not all of it. I left a lot of my stuff in Texas. My ex-wife and I shared the expenses, that's why. So I didn't buy all those tools with just my money. Beautiful. That's better. I can make good stuff out of these. It didn't cut exactly on the line, right? Or did it? Yeah, it did. Yeah. And if you can't make perfect freehand straight lines, you're in trouble. Oh, yes. Okay. Really? No, it's okay. You don't have to have a perfectly straight line. I just like to try to make sure my lines are straight. Okay, so we got that out of the way. Now we can start bifacing some of those. Flakes guard is here. Evening. Natural. No, Nate. Oh, Matura da Boom. I don't know how to pronounce that. Matura da Boom. Nah, I don't know. Stoneface says hanging in there, Dakota. Chronic Doom Scroller is here. I took an arrowhead in the knee. What? Explore Florida says, hey, you score it with the tile cutter and pop it over your knee. Yeah, maybe, but I don't want to. Bill says, yeah, I do it too, a tile cutter. Mike Mason says, hi. Sam Drake says, hi. Explore Florida used to cut tiles. Okay, yeah. Dakota Horn says, that's why we watch you. Awesome. Kiefer's is here. Long time no see. Let's see. Jim May, nice. I actually have wondered if that would work. Oh, it works with stone too. Yeah. It's just harder to do with stone because it doesn't want to break. It doesn't want to break on the line. Let's put it that way. You got to have a strong glass cutter to cut stone. It works better on the heat treats. Jesse, Yaki Napper, a twofer, yes. TJ and Soul, very clever, yep. I mean, that makes me happy when I am able to cut this obsidian. I'm going to get into more obsidian as time goes on. Yeah, I'm going to try to be expert. I'm start making fun of obsidian people. I got to make fun of everybody. Yeah. I don't make too much fun of obsidian people yet. We'll see what happens. I don't watch too many obsidian nappers I gotta start watching more of them so I know what to make fun of. Yes, yes. All right, let's see. Start getting into it. We're gonna biface these. Yeah. We're gonna do some Minecraft. Minecraft knapping. Well, we'll see. I don't know if you can do Flintknapping in Minecraft. You just say that you're gonna make something and it happens. Yeah. That's all you need to do. Right? I don't even know. I don't play video games because I get addicted to video games. Yeah, I stay away. I've been sober from video games for a long time. Yep. I realized that when I was in high school, when they first started coming out with video games. I used to spend hours on the original games. You know, I remember playing Atari games. Atari video games. Even those were kind of addictive. So, and then I played some other games when I was in college and in drafting school. Yeah. It would keep me from doing my schoolwork. So no. It's worse than drugs. Yeah. As far as keeping you away from what you're supposed to be doing. Because it's so easy. You just install them on your computer or whatever. You can play games all day. Or try to. Until someone notices. Oops. I'm trying to look at the chat. Jeff Jin is here. Good evening, Flint Nappers. Tonight's obsidian napping night. And slabs. Obsidian slabs. Alicia Ferguson. Ortiz the cat. Who is Ortiz the cat? Got too many new people. Also, Fern, you take drought? What does that mean? Ross Wellman is here, right? I got the Dakota. All right. Let's see. Tam Nguyen says hi. Mr. 03 baby. Atari in the house. Yep. You remember, huh? Let's see. Jesse Post. We have another Jesse in the house. Tommy Taylor's here. Did I already say hi? Too late. I've reached the expert level already. No, I'm still learning a lot, especially on obsidians. Although I'm not going to try to memorize what they're called or where they're from. No. If I know what the information is, it's because you just got lucky that day. I don't try to remember this stuff. If it's labeled, I'll say it. Yeah. So if I get some stuff with a label on it, then you'll know because I know. But other than that, I'm not gonna try to remember the locations or who sells it. I'll just have a general idea. Yeah. Where's my sign? I need my sign for the newbies. Oh, it's over there. Let's see. You got lots of newbies. There it is. Yeah. If I don't know the name of something, that's because I don't care. Because it's for me to nap and you to find out. Right, Pointy? Pay attention. Listen, Linda. It's for me to nap and you to find out. Yeah. Remember that Listen, Linda meme back in the day? It was one of the first memes that I remember on the internet. But nobody remembers it. All right. Let's see here. What is this obsidian? I think this is Aurora, right? Because there was a label on it. Is that obsidian, and where did I get it? It's for me to nap and you to find out. Yeah. Oh, yeah, and I put a new thing in here. Flintknapping is an anomaly. Because people seem to get weird around flintknapping. They don't understand it for some reason. Especially when I start grinding it. Yeah. Maybe I should say that I'm sniffing this powder that's coming off of there on purpose. It's got special magic dust properties. So if I put magic dust in the air, it makes me nap better. That's the only reason why I'm grinding it. Yeah. No, you told us last night, so can't get out of it. I already know. Okay, so if you already know, I shouldn't have anybody asking, why do I grind it? Okay? Nobody better tell me or ask me why I'm grinding it. I know some of you wise guys will do it anyway. Yeah. But that's what makes the channels interesting. Yep, it makes the channel interesting. And there's no way we're going to reach 1,000 views because this is actually going to be useful information. The only live streams that do really well are the ones that are complete trash. Oh, yes. And if you don't believe me, we're going to go perusing some other live streams later. Yeah. I think I'm going to make that a regular thing. We're going to peruse other live streams to see just how useless these other live streams are to get thousands of views. Because I think that's the criteria. Yeah. If it's totally useless, you know there'll be tons of people watching it. Yeah. You can learn how to feed fish. Yeah. It's difficult to learn how to throw food in the water. It's very educational. You didn't know that? Now you know. And you can watch raccoons eating. It's very, very educational to figure out that raccoons can put food in their mouth. Yeah. I didn't know that. I didn't know you can film a raccoon eating. No. It's amazing. Remarkable. Tremendous and fantastic. Okay. Much more interesting than this stuff. This stuff only took me 15 years to get here. Yeah, that's it. Everyone says, that's it? It just took only 15 years? I mean, that's a big yawn. Yeah, yawn. Well, I'm going to go somewhere else so I can learn how to watch raccoons eat. That takes a long time. A lot of skill involved in watching raccoons eat, so that's why there's hundreds of people watching that. Yeah. Yeah, I think so. There's a lot of things on live streams. There's people eating food. There's raccoons eating food. There's, what did I see the other day? There's cows and ducks and all kinds of stuff eating food. And there's people learning lots of good stuff from those videos. Yeah. They use forks and everything. And some people even scoop it up with their fingers. That's unbelievable. You wait till you see it. Yeah, it's always an amazing thing. Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of psycho live streams too. Yep. Those are a mixed bag though. Sometimes there's a lot of views, sometimes there isn't. And I can't figure out why. I really cannot figure out. Sometimes there's a bunch of them watching the psycho do stuff. And sometimes there isn't. I guess it depends on the psycho. The more psycho the person is, the better. That's probably it. Yeah, some people are only a little bit crazy. Those are boring. Gotta be a lot crazy. Yeah. I believe it. Yeah. Maybe you let people like watching it because it makes them feel better that they're not that crazy. Is that it? No, bro, it's just brainless. You haven't figured out that the internet's just brainless. Whatever is brainless is what's good. Bro, come on. Get with it. Yeah, I think you're onto something there. Oh, did I do it? We're trying to get rid of the original surface on this side first. Do one side at a time, right? Yeah. I do the edges first so I can get nice wonkiness on there. It helps to try to figure out where to hit. And when I grind it, I'm just creating magic dust. We need lots of magic dust to be successful at this. So whenever someone asks in the chat, why is he grinding it? Just say he's got to make a lot of magic dust. If I don't make magic dust, the knapping doesn't go very well. No. Yeah. Okay, let's see. I've got to get that little bit, but I'm not too worried about that. Yeah. I'm not too worried about that. We can get that later. Yeah. Look how nice that is. Obsidian can do some weird and amazing things. Yeah. Or you can do some weird and amazing things with obsidian. That too. Someone's going to ask me, what's the worst cut you ever got, bro? Don't hold out on us. Tell us, because I know you cut yourself. Because it's glass, you know. Yeah, well, I'm not 10 years old anymore, okay? I don't cut myself with this as much as I used to when I was 10 years old. You cut yourself with obsidian when you were 10? No, I'm talking about glass. You know I didn't know what obsidian was because we didn't have Minecraft back then, so no one knew what obsidian was back then. Now that everyone has Minecraft, they know what obsidian is. The only problem is they think everything's obsidian. So I don't know what's worse, not thinking about obsidian at all, or thinking everything's obsidian. Yeah. But today you're in luck, because even a broken clock is correct twice a day. You did stumble on some obsidian in the live stream. Yep. So yes, today it is obsidian. Oh, dang, this is not working. It's getting all crunchy because it's important. Whenever that stage is important, it gets all crunchy. Why? Not enough magic dust? I think that's what it is. Not enough magic dust in here. I gotta put some more dust in here. Mike Mason says, Patrick, the worst part about Minecraft is that obsidian is harder than stone and you can't make arrowheads from it. Dang it. Beagler Potts is here. He's tuning in. Yeah. He's tuning in. Now, I'm trying to create a big cloud of awesome dust to create the environment for successful knapping. There's got to be a ton of debris in the air. Yeah, debris. That did it, right? Also, I'll try to get rid of the crunchy spot. I don't see no aurora in this one, though. This is just plain obsidian. That's it. It doesn't matter to me that much. If it's just plain obsidian, then it's just perfect. Because if it's super spectacular, it's too good for us. Yeah. We can't be making nothing cool on this channel. No. Yeah. Something happens when we start making something cool. Well, when I start making something cool, something happens. There's a disturbance in the universe, and it never seems to be done right when I start making something cool. It will never be done right. The universe takes this turn into left field, and everything goes haywire if I start making something cool. Yeah. So this started out as a nice flat piece, supposedly perfect shape for knapping. According to some people, it's just a perfect shape when it's nice and flat. For me, it's not the perfect shape at all. Oh, no. No. It's like the worst shape possible. Slabs are the worst shape possible because they're all too thin in the middle. All too thin in the middle. It's the worst possible shape to start knapping, because it'll just in half. It'll snap in half so easily, especially stuff like this. Now, friends of mine that know me give me this stuff that's nice and thick, but still, it's still too thin in the middle. But at least we got some room to work with it. Yeah. So they know me. They do these percussion slabs. Yeah. But some of them say, "Hey, Pat, do you want some thin ones too? Because I got some extras." I say, yes. So they give me these thinner ones. What am I going to do? Say no? I could say, no, I'm beyond that, man. Okay? I appreciate it, but I've grown beyond the thin. Yeah. I like the thick. I like them thick now. Yeah, dude, what are you talking about here? What are we talking about? Don't worry about it. Don't worry what we talk about. This is for me and my peeps. It's none of your business. Yeah. Don't worry about it. Yep. See, Mr. Jim agrees. We're done with the thin. We like them thick. All right. What are we going to do? I got my high power glasses on, so I think what's happening is I can't see it when it's down here, so I'm bringing it up here. But now it's a little bit awkward because I gotta kind of lift my foot even higher to get close to the camera, and things are a little bit off kilter. Yeah. The kilter is not aligned properly. What's the kilter? Heck if I know. English is so funny. I was going to say stupid. It's beyond stupid. Yeah. The English language. What does kilter even mean? Can't figure it out by the way it sounds. I'm not even paying attention to my own rules. I'm supposed to be thinning down the ends first, but I'm all over the place. Why is that? Because I can. Yeah. I will have to live with what I get. So I'm the one that has to live with it, okay? So if you get no problems with your stuff, Don't be telling me I'm not doing it right. If you got your stuff squared away, you got your stuff all together and you're doing good, that's all you need to worry about. Yep. You don't need to come on this live stream and say, hey, bro, wait a second. You know better than that. I thought you was a napper. Yeah, I do know better than that. And I'm a napper sometimes. Not all the time. I do this part-time. Yeah. I even told Donnie Dust that I'm doing this part-time. I could have said that I'm an aspiring full-time napper and I'm obsessed and this is what I'm going to do every minute of every day, even when I'm dreaming. Yep. But no. I'm only sometimes a napper. Yeah. And that includes on video too. Sometimes I say it to myself, well, let's just try something else. Let's just try something a little bit different. See where it goes. And we're just gonna mess around with the bifaces a little bit. See if we can push some limits. Yeah. Bend the rules a little bit. Break up some monotony. And then it doesn't work out and I say, okay, I gotta cool it. Yeah. I gotta cool my jets, hold my horses, and reassess and regroup. Regroup, resupply, and reassess. And get back to our regularly scheduled programming. So I went a little bit beyond just the bifacing on this. I started thinning a little bit. So we got a little bit too carried away. But I'm trying to find the Aurora. Yeah. I'm an Aurora explorer. Yeah, I'm trying to explore the Aurora. Right? My kids used to watch that. Dora the Explorer. The only thing that I liked was the swiper, no swiper. No swiper, no swipey. What was it? That made me laugh every time I heard that. Yeah. Maybe I should call the grinding swiping. So that way I can bring that up. Why are you grinding? You mean swiping? Yeah, whatever it is you call it. Well, I don't know. I want people to say swiper, no swipey. That's why I do it. I want people to say it, don't do it. Aaron, $1.99 super chat. I love the serrated. What serrated pieces? Where do you see serrated pieces? I'm gonna hit the like on and the thumbs up. Thanks. But what are the serrated pieces? What am I missing out on? Who posted some serrated pieces? Did somebody post something somewhere that I'm missing out on? I tried checking the community earlier today. Yeah. I think I got distracted though. I don't remember what I saw in the community. Yeah, swiper, no swiping. That's what happens on that cartoon. Mike Mason knows. Anybody with children knows. Let's see. Someone's a proud conspiracy theorist here. Oh, yes. Let's see. Explore Florida says $4 is better hobby. What does that mean? JJ's here. JJCR6GM from Germany is here. Did I see you earlier? Yeah. Uh-oh, someone asked what stone is that? Someone asked it, DJ or the Jaja, whatever, the Jack. Who? Let me see. I'll show you. Someone asked me, and I want to see if someone answered him or not. Let's see. Where is it? What did I miss? Because someone's already asked what it is. Should I tell him? Alan Cole says, you have to shine a light from the top down at the sharp angle almost parallel with the piece to see the aurora. If you don't, nap away the color. Yeah, someone mentioned it. Someone told the new guy what it was. Yeah. Almiai. How do you pronounce that? You guys need to have normal words for your usernames. Fort Science Fortress says howdy. Howdy, howdy. What? Let's see. Everything is obsidian. Yeah. Everything. Mike says I don't have children, I have nephews. Okay, close enough. Yeah. Hey, Aaron, another $99 super chat. I like it when you do. Okay. When I do serrations. I see. Buttons, no buttoning. Someone else asked me if that's obsidian. Let's see. Jesse's talking to Alan. Ralph Snyder. I know a guy who uses cut trimmings from paver bricks as abrading stones. Yeah, that works. I used to use pieces of concrete from concrete blocks. Yeah. So I'm going to see if the shining a light from above at a steep angle will reveal the aurora. Let's put it directly on top, first of all. See if that helps. But did I nap away the color? I might have napped away the color. I don't see the aurora or the borealis. Wait a second. There's something going on here. Well, that's cool. It's very translucent, yes, but we'll get beyond that. What's going on here? I napped away the color, Alan. I napped it all the way. Oh, there's something there. Yeah, but bro, you gotta just maneuver it so much. It's not even worth it, dude. Come on, get some better material. You're a napper. You should be able to tell. Yeah. Can you tell from this that it's aurora? I mean, I can't, and I'm a napper. I should be able to have X-ray vision into this stuff at the proper angle. At least that. I should be able to use my X-ray napper vision. Okay, I can see some of it right there. But yeah, I gotta maneuver this thing around in various positions. If I don't have sunlight, I guess we're lost. Come on, will it focus? Please focus. Do I have to beg the camera to focus? All right. Apparently, yes. All right, let's move on to the next one. Do a thin one. Everyone's got thin slabs, right? Because before the percussion slabs started getting popular, everyone got a bunch of these. So I'm already into the live stream 39 minutes, and there's guys out there probably saying, yeah, I've been waiting this whole time for the thin one because you said you're going to do it, so do it. That's all I got. I got like tons of thin ones only. Only thin ones. And they're all really wide too. Wide and thin. So grab a wide, thin one and do it. And it better not dive in. Well, it's going to probably dive in. No. You're a napper. Don't dive it. I wish. I wish I could just do it right every single time. Wouldn't that be nice if I could just do it right? Okay. It's getting crunchy. This is supposed to be like triple flow, or is it? It's from that up. Let's see. Yeah, it's supposed to be triple flow. Need more magic dust. Mr. Pop Rock says, "What do you want?" I don't know. I don't want nothing. Someone didn't see. I didn't see the comment. What comment? Flakescar says, "I shine light in my eyes and see extra colors." Somebody's got the sense of humor. I like it. Let's see here. Tommy Taylor, okay, let's get 1,100 likes like Jake did. So double tap the screen. Nice. There, I added one. Let's see. Explore Florida is just, I don't know. I don't know what you're doing there, buddy. Stoneface says, "I had to turn my hearing aids down when I abrade. It sounds like an old radio with bad static." Oh, dang. I'm not looking forward to those days. Jesse says, "The thin ones I pressure zigzag around to avoid breaking. I'm not a surgeon like Pat with indirect. Mongo break rock." Let me see. Sounds like you hear it from, from people in lab coats. Let's see. What do we do? If you wet the ground face, you will see it. Okay, so you put water on that, you'll see it. Let me see. I got some water. I want to see it. Or does it have to be submerged? Oh, I see. That's what you're talking about? Okay. So yeah, I'm still learning about obsidian. But why don't I see that on this? Do I have to put water on this too? I don't see it on this. Put water. Put more water on it, dude. Come on. Then you'll be able to see it. No? No. I'm not seeing it because it's me doing it. That's why. If I'm doing it, it can't be seen. Yeah. Not when it's important anyway. It's a curse. It's either a curse or a skill or a gift. Yeah, it's a gift. It doesn't work when I do it, and that's my gift. But I see what you mean on the slab. But that just shows that there's no guarantee that it's going to look that way when you finish knapping it. Yeah. So you can't judge a rock by its aurora. Yeah. What else we got? I use double gloves with obsidian because with my luck, I always cut myself on my hand that's not really knapping anything. Or not holding the sharp stuff. Isn't that weird? And yeah, I'm checking the chat because this is what I'm supposed to do. There's a lag in this. Let me start this over. I want to be able to see myself in real time. Yes? No? Let's exit out. Go back in. I want to see in real time what I'm doing. Yeah, like that. Somebody's napping stones for Christmas? JJ, you're napping stones for Christmas already? Mike Mason says, I understand, Patrick. I'm the problem 10 out of 9 times myself. We've weaponized it. Dakota Horn says, glass in the woods because it wasn't always woods. May have overgrown with time. I guess so. May not get the aurora, but you might get an aroma. I don't know. Hey, Great Fishing is here. Flashlight, Patrick. I got a flashlight. Mayhem Theory says, that's so cool. I'm glad you think so. Tell everybody else. Bill says, I found a giant block of glass in the woods. I wonder what's going on. I think back in the day there was an old glass factory here. Yeah, probably so. Yeah, Jim Cooper, what kind of stone is that? You wish I would tell you. There's a guy named Bilbo in the chat. Bilbo Entertainment Inc. says cool. Christopher says, how big are the slabs before you start? I don't know, that big? I don't know. The answer is yes, because they're all different bignesses. Some are kind of like this. Some are kind of like that. Some are kind of like this. Sometimes when people say big, they mean thick or how long or how wide, but they use the word big. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. Some people, they want the surface area. How many cubic centimeters or cubic inches is that? That's what they want to know when they ask for how big is it, right? Which one are you? Bro, just measure some of them, okay? Come on, I want to see. Yeah. You're the only one who wants to see how long they are because it doesn't matter. Yeah. We're napping obsidian. We're not here to measure obsidian, okay? We're not here to judge how big these are either. We're here to chip it, okay? We're going to chip it. Yeah, that's people. That's why I don't get a lot of likes. Yeah, Jake's a lot nicer, I think. Yes, I've seen his live streams. He's a lot more patient. He'll answer the new guys every single time. Yeah, I think he keeps better track of the chat too. He's able to see it better than I can. He doesn't have the camera in front of his face. Yeah. And he's further away like this, so you can't see exactly what he's doing. So people like that better because they don't want education. You see, he's far away, so you can't really see exactly what he's doing. I'm up here, so you can see a lot better, but people hate that. Yeah. Yeah. But I'm not worried about everybody else. Yeah, because I got a bunch of loyal viewers that like this view. Yeah. And I like this view too, because if I'm going to review my videos, I want to see what I'm doing. How can I review what I'm doing if I can't see what I'm doing? And yeah, I struggle with the focus because stupid phones have gone back in technology. I mean, they've regressed. I used to be able to film very clearly up close. I mean, super close, the whole video without worrying about it going in and out of focus like this. But the cameras, they went backwards in technology. Yeah. And I nap the small stuff, which this is more plentiful, right? When you learn to nap the small stuff, the world is your oyster, but people hate that. They don't want to know what is useful. No, they don't. They want to see big stuff that they'll never get because it's too expensive or too difficult to get Or they'll have to go to a Knapping, and they hate people, so they don't never go to a Knapping. Maybe they're living vicariously through Jake. Yeah, he'll knap big, huge pieces of exotic materials. And people are like, whoa, I can pretend I'm doing that. Yeah, I can pretend that's me. Maybe that's it. Yeah, they look at this and they say, that's just a little bitty slab. Anyone can do that. It's just a big yawn. That's okay. Yeah. He usually reads the super chats, but he's missed them all night. Oh, dang. He's missed them all night tonight? Usually when I watch Jake's live stream, he's pretty good at keeping up with the chat. Yeah. For me, it goes by too fast, and I got to pick up the other phone and try to catch up. I'm kind of a slow reader, too. And I'll misread because, I want to try to speed up the reading, but then I mess up. I misread it. Let's see. I have missed about 7 super chats tonight. Let me see. All right, but that's all from you, Aaron. $1.99 from you. Jesse gave me $5. Let me see. I missed Jesse's. I missed one of your $1.99s. All right, so there's another $1.99 from Aaron. And then, thank you. And then, let's see, I missed one of Jesse's. There's one that I missed from Aaron. And there's Jesse's. Glass cutter wheels wear out, so $5 for glass cutter wheels. Sweetness. What else did I miss? I read that. Okay, so yeah, they're mostly from you, Aaron. Just do one big one and ask a big question. Yeah. Ask me, hey, tell us the story of how you got into Flintknapping. Tell us the whole story. All the gritty, grimy details. Okay? You wish. Come on. It always goes to that one lady. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what it is. But that's some of the other live streams. One all merit or O'Neill Merritt. See, I get mixed up. O'Neill Merritt says, you are funny and informative. Thank you. Hey, Aaron gave me $9.99 super chat. Tell us all your stories, Patrick. Yeah, you wish. Who did the what now? I got a lady to pay, but she doesn't feed fish. Oh, dang. Dakota Horn says Patrick knows how to mesmerize us in depth. Mayhem Theory is laughing over there somewheres. LOL. Pat, not pay? What is that? Oh, you made a little mistake. Let's see. If you make a typo, don't worry about it. Yeah. Don't try to correct it because I don't understand what you're trying to correct. Yeah. Bill says, I have no need for large points. What good are they? I'm trying to hunt with these points. Frig, do I want an 8-inch blade for I have a knife? But yeah, they bear cool as hell, but that's it. See, and if I read it, if I read it just the way it is, it doesn't sound right. So I can't win either way. If I read it like it is, it doesn't sound right. And if I try to read it fast doesn't sound right either. I don't know. Yeah, don't read the chat, bro. Come on, please. Spare us the agony and misery. Okay, I'll spare us. I'll spare us the agony and misery of reading the chat. Yeah. It gets counterproductive. I agree that there is sometimes diminishing returns on reading the chat. Yeah. But I haven't seen very many 10-year-olds wander into the chat and say some stuff like, hey, what if the cat walks across here? Aren't you afraid that this is like cat trap? If the cat walks across the glass, he's going to get all messed up. Yeah, I'm not worried about that. Go to bed. It's past your bedtime. Yeah. Don't look at the clock. You know what time it is. It's time to go to bed. I'm not supposed to be on this weird side of YouTube anyway. Yeah. Yeah, you're not going to learn nothing good here. You're going to learn how to make sharp stuff. Yeah. All right, it's all lopsided. Yeah, it's lopsided in the beginning, yeah, because slabs are all kind of randomly cut. We'll fix it. Is the hour done yet? Because I'm gonna finish the other thing. I think I have enough time to skin this one. All right, so the edge is already zigzagged. So thin the ends first, but it's already, I mean, it's so thin in the middle and stuff. I don't think it matters too much if I thin the ends down. Yeah. It's still going to be super thin in the middle. And I haven't even skinned it yet. It's going to get even thinner. Well, yeah, the smart thing to do is thin down the ends first. Because you never know. That subtle difference can make all the difference, whether it snaps in half or not. Ooh, I hit that super hard and it just barely flaked. That's what it's supposed to do. That's what it's supposed to do. Let's see. Am I seeing more? I'm seeing a lot of chat go by. Aaron keeps sending $1.99 super chats. Stoneface is my #1 fan. Cool. Bill says, Uncle Patrick, tell us that story of killing a grizzly with that obsidian point in Vietnam. Them Vietnam grizzlies are nasty. Yeah. I was not in Vietnam. No. I knew people that were in Vietnam. Yeah. But I was never. I didn't go to any theater of war. No. I was just a weekend warrior the whole time I was there in the Army National Guard. I was in the Texas Army National Guard, which is different. Oh, yeah. The Texas Army National Guard has a very proud history. Was I proud of that history? I didn't really know it until I got out. Then I started researching it. I said, dang, I used to be in that in that unit, and I didn't even know their history. Dang it, where was I? What was I doing? Yeah, I didn't have much time to do much of anything. No. Especially not get on the internet and do research. No. But that has nothing to do with Flintknapping. No, I'm not going to tell you the nitty-gritty details of how I started napping and all my adventures and stalking animals and scaring the living daylights out of them before they get killed. Yeah, you got to scare them before you kill them because that meat's got to taste tangy. Oh, yeah. You don't know about that stuff? Man. Oh, that's a nice one. Yeah, I don't want no good tasting venison. Yeah, real men, they like their venison tangy. Fresh from the terror of the kill. Yeah. Are you guys, none of you guys are up past your bedtime, right? Yeah, there's a bunch of kids watching. If there's 70 people, there's at least 30 of those are probably kids. Yeah, we're watching to see if you say any bad words, dude. They don't say dude these days, do they? Everything's all bro, bruh. Even when you're talking to a girl, it's like bro. Why do they call girls bro these days? I don't get that. You see, Bill says, remember that guy on Coast to Coast, Art Bell? I remember Art Bell on the radio. He said he killed a Sasquatch and gave Art the map so when he dies, he can go dig him up. Nothing ever came of it. I don't remember that show that a guy admitted that he killed a Sasquatch, buried him, and drew up a treasure map. I don't remember that episode. But I remember listening to Art Bell. Yeah. I used to listen to a lot of these radio guys. When I was working in Austin, Texas, I was constantly in the rush hour traffic. So the only thing you can do is listen to radio and stuff. So that's what I did. I only lived, what was it, 20 minutes away from where I worked if there was no traffic. But during traffic, I could be spending up to an hour and a half trying to get home instead of 20 minutes. That's why cities are so awesome, because they force you to listen to radio. Yeah, you didn't know that? And your gas bill is twice as high as it should be. You're sitting just idling in traffic all this time, and when it's time to actually move with the traffic that's going really nice, everyone's got their foot on the gas. So you got to stomp on the gas. The way they drove in Austin was just the only way they drove in Austin, Texas, was to stomp on the gas and slam on the brakes. It's either stomping on the gas or slamming on the brakes. All the drivers is stomp and slam. It was just stomp on the gas or slam on the brakes. There was no easy going. No. It used to drive me completely insane, among other things. I refused to do it. I would never stomp on the gas or slam on the brakes. I was like maybe 1 out of 100 people that wouldn't do that. I don't know where they went to driving school, but they did not teach us to slam on the brakes and stomp on the gas as the only two options. Jim Maine says, my dad stomped on the gas instead of the brake and went through the carport wall. Yeah, that's funny. Now it's funny, but back then I bet you it cost him a month's work to try to repair that. Or if you're lucky, you can figure out a way for the insurance to cover it. I don't know. I don't know how that works. Luckily, when I got into accidents, it wasn't my fault. Believe it or not. I tried hard, though. I wanted it to be my fault because I wanted to say, see, that's what you get. But no, it was. I was not at fault on. I got into two car accidents, and neither one was my fault, and no one got injured. Luckily, yeah. But they were scary because you know you can see it coming. You see it coming. You know what's going to happen. You know there's going to be a big bang, crash, and boom, but there's nothing you could do about it. That's the way it was, both times. Yep. It doesn't happen in slow motion. It just happens in a terrifying fast motion. And you get to see everything. Your eyes can't shut. They won't shut. Your eyes get wide open just before it happens. And you see everything. And it imprints into your brain and you never forget. Why? Why does the brain do that? It loves pain and misery. That's what I figured out. Yeah. That's why I got into napping. Them accidents traumatized me, so I got to do something to get rid of the trauma. Really? No. That's not it. I just had to make a little segue into that because I don't know where that came from. Okay, I'm reaching the end of my skill level. See that? I took a bite out of it. That's time to stop. That means the edge is too thin. I didn't prepare it correctly. And I'm thinking about trauma. Yeah. Can't be thinking about trauma while napping. You're supposed to be able to forget the world, not be reminded of it. Yeah, that's what I was trying to do. I was trying to thin down that middle part. I should have tried it from the other side. Yes? Yeah. Are we talking about hitting a deer with a car, or is it just me? No, car-to-car accidents. Although I did hit one deer, but it wasn't traumatic. I felt sorry for the poor deer. The deer was standing in the middle of the road, right? And I was not going that fast. It was like 45 miles an hour. And I slowed down. And the deer started going toward the left. And I slowed down. I said, okay, I'm going to pass this deer. And I was only going maybe 30 because I put on the brakes. And the deer decided to turn again. And I clipped the back legs. And the deer's kind of scooting on his front legs off the road. And I saw that I had broken both of his legs, his rear legs. It didn't do any damage to the car, though. But I felt bad because I don't know what the deer's going to do with broken legs. Yeah. But I think I hit another deer, but it was just minor. But that was the only one that stuck with me. No, I didn't hit another deer. I hit a wild boar. That one messed up the right side of my little truck at the time. I had a small truck. I had just bought it. Like, I think it was like only 4 days old. And I hit a wild boar driving home one night. it didn't mess it up bad enough for me to need to repair it right away, but the whole front side of the left got collapsed in right under the headlight. Yeah, so I hit one deer and one boar. Luckily, that's it. I mean, those are the only major ones. So now we're talking about it. Let's see. Yeah. Let me see. Yeah, no, I didn't stop to collect that deer. In Texas, it's illegal to do that. Yeah, you can't hit a deer in the road and then go collect it as for food. Not in Texas. You can in other states. Yeah, I could have run that deer down and then just picked it up. It wasn't a big deer. It was like a doe. Yeah, no, we can't do that. Well, I don't know how it is in Vermont. We might be able to do it here, but probably not either here or there. Okay, so that's it for the bifacing. We got lots of, let's see, what is this one? Is this is supposed to be triple flow, right? Because it's the other half of this. But let me see. I just see a little bit of black streaks, and it's mostly clear. So it is probably a triple flow, but not in this section. It just got the black. It doesn't have red obsidian in it, or does it have red? It's got that sign interfering. Let's see. I don't think it has any red in it. Just it's midnight lace if it's just black and clear. Although I think there might be some red in that patch. There might be some red in this. Not like the other one. Let's see. This one's got red patches in it. Yeah. It's got a lot of clear in it too. I should have done this one. Yeah. Dang it. But oh well. Both of these allowed me to thin it down. It wasn't bad. I remember last night I was having trouble. See, this is last night's escapades. Right? But I need to finish this out. Or at least put some notches in it so you can see. Yeah, oops. You don't want that right in your eyes. All right, so that's it for these. I'll put these aside and I'll finish these before the auction. Or I'll put them in a Broke Some Bifaces box. If I can't finish these out, I put them in the Broke Some Bifaces. Okay? But I'll try to finish that large one out at least. I'm going to clean up a little bit and then check the chat. And then we'll get into phase 2 of the live stream. Phase 2 is the finishing up a point. I'm going to try to do bifacing in the first half of all my live streams. Oh, by the way, I'm going to a nap-in Friday, this Friday coming up. So I'm leaving tomorrow night, staying overnight, camping out, and then I'm going to meet up with Ferdo Joe or Bushy Friday, and we're going to be there during the day. I don't know if I'll be doing napping, but I will certainly be looking for rocks. TJ and Soul, he's in the chat. I don't know if he's here tonight. He gave me some money as a gift. I'm going to use some of that to buy some rocks at this nap-in Letchworth. Yeah. So I might sit down and nap the nice rocks, but I'm going to bring them home and nap them on video. That's what I want to do. So I'm going to have to, if I'm going to post videos tomorrow, they're going to have to be pre-recorded. I think I'm going to have to pre-record videos for tomorrow night and Friday night. They won't be live streams. They'll just be regular videos but I want to be able to post something every day, so people are not like, wait, what happened? Even if I make the announcement that I'm not going to have live streams for the next 2 days, someone will miss that announcement and they'll be waiting for something to happen during those days. So I'll just post regular videos. So at least there's something there. Okay? So I'm going to film all morning. Well, not morning. I don't get up that early. Starting around noon, I'm going to film some videos to post instead of the live streams. So in case it wasn't clear, I'm going to a Knapping on Friday, so there'll be no live streams tomorrow night or Friday night. No live streams tomorrow night or Friday night. But I will try to post, not try, I will post 2 regular videos instead of live streams. Okay. But I'll make that announcement separately in a short video, so I don't have to just try to spew out the information without knowing what I'm talking about. Apparently, I can't just make the announcement on the fly without getting all mixed up. Okay? So, let me clear out some of this glass. I got some glass all over me. It's making me itchy. It gets under my arms and makes me itchy. Okay, so let's see. I think I got some glass in my shoe also. Hold on. I used to wear gaiters, but one gaiter gave out, so I'm just wearing it on one foot, and then that one gave out, so the Velcro got messed up on the gaiters, so I'm not able to wear them. I gotta fix the Velcro so I can cover my boots so the glass doesn't go down in there. Hold on, I gotta retie. Yeah, the glass goes down, especially on my right boot. I don't like wearing very high boots, or even these get on my nerves a little bit. But they're not as bad as wearing tall cowboy boots or tall combat boots. Those drive me nuts. All right. Let's see. Yeah, New York, Letchworth, New York. That's way up here north. It's 6 hours away from me where I'm at, so that's not too bad. Yeah, I'll film stuff. Well, I don't know if I'll film stuff at the Knapping, but yeah, I'll have something to post tomorrow night and Friday. Yeah, there'll be captain's logs. Jim Bain, do slabs heat treat higher or at lower temperatures? They're the same. You treat them the same as anything else. Slabs, you treat the slabs the same as anything else. Yeah, I've never known slabs being heat treated at different temperatures compared to flakes or spalls. Now, I could be wrong, but I would not change that at all, because then you start getting into this weirdness. Yeah, there's too many variables. You want to limit the number of variables in all aspects of Flintknapping. Yeah, Letchworth State Park in New York. And you can just Google it. I don't understand these days. This is the year 2026, and I'm not making fun of you. It's fine that you asked the question where Letchworth is, but it takes like 5 seconds to ask or to punch in Letchworth on your maps, and you can find out what it is. Yeah. I wish I had that back in the day, so I wouldn't have to flip through a bunch of maps to figure out what the heck's going on. I can just ask now where things are. Yeah. Not me. Don't ask me. Ask Google where it is. Because I can just hear, yeah, that's what I did. Dude, bro, I asked you. You said just ask, so I asked you. No, ask Google. That's what it's for. You're paying a fortune for Google. Yeah, use it. Yeah, luckily we don't have to pay a fortune for that stuff. Luckily, but it is worth utilizing. Okay, so what else? Stoneface says it's a beautiful place. Yeah, it's a nice park. I do like it. It's got a big old canyon or something going through it. I mean, it's not huge, but it's nice. I said big old canyon, but it's long and extensive. It's not very deep though, but it's long. And Ken Winton asks me, "Those aren't your once new Ozark boots, are they?" I don't know. What's an Ozark boot? These were once new, yes, but they got obsidian cuts everywhere and flake cuts. So I don't know. I have to change the laces twice. Ken Winton says, I don't nap glass as a general rule. I'd say general to leave it open for really nice glass. Okay. That makes sense. Okay, talking about nap-ins. Nap-ins, yeah. Yeah, Midnight Lace would be a good goth band name. Yes, Eric Kitty. Have you been listening to those kinds of bands? There was when I listened to those bands. Let's see. It's like getting that time of year too, near Halloween. You know how that goes. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I noticed there's not very many new people commenting. Whenever I start making fun of new people, they don't comment anymore. And when I tell them to when I tell them to go to bed, it's spinning. Uh-oh. I don't know. Is there a lag? Let's see. The Feathered Frontiersman. What did I miss yesterday and today? Everything. The answer to that is always everything. You know that. Am I going to rock the song that Jesse sent me? I mean, if you want me to. Yeah, let's see. Where is it? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Sure, put the tunes on.
Oh, so many flint shards on the shop floor, so many points done and in the books, so many years passed since it first started chipping.
Oh, I can't be doing that, right? It won't allow me to do two things at once.
Other nappers watching heads start flipping. If you think you can battle Crafty, Flintknapping, notching and chipping, you must not have a real interest in living. Back in the day, they called him Jack Crafty. Started it out of state like Vermont syrup and some cherry taffy. Down in Texas, why do they keep on asking who the hell's the Jack Crafty and make it snappy? Jack Crafty. Jack Crafty. Jack Crafty. They say he's more adept than your average craftsman. Check it, he kept his craft sharp as obsidian. Now he's on the stream. Who wanted in the auction a chance to own a treasure? Surely nothing ever flopping. One thing's for certain, he's not quitting on you anytime soon. It doesn't matter what he used. Dude could even nap with a spoon. Since he was young, he would hit it till the rock cried. No lie, he went from napping with Crafty. His points are sharp, mean, and nasty. Almost 3,000 videos on the YouTube. We all know that he's the best one, cool dude. There is no denying, but you know that we are trying. He's the master of the indirect strike. Teaching us thinning and overshot technology. This is the Jack Crafty anthology. 100 years from now we'll be studied in anthropology. In the future dig up his house and confuse the archaeology. He's not really a guy to brag or boast, but on his blades only flakes from coast to coast. For sure he's the host with the most born badass hombre. Jack Crafty. Everything he makes, he's surely killing. There's not a flint shirt or quartz that has a chance of living. As you know, Jack Crafty is the man. The flint shirt is like clay and putty in his hands. Stick around to see his master plan. Also check out Allergic Hobbit for traditional antler napping.
There you go. You ask and you shall receive. Yeah, I just got to play that on a dedicated live stream app. That way it'd be nice and clear instead of tinny. Because you're listening to it secondhand. I'm playing it from my phone into another phone. So yeah. Let's see. What else is going on in the chat? Let's see if there's something else in the chat that I need to address. And if you don't like AI music, it's fine. You don't have to listen to it. Confuse the archaeology, yes. All right. Here we go. So this is going to be just pressure flaking to finish or to do notches on this one. I'm not going to worry too much if I don't finish it, but I am going to try to do the notches. So I'm going to put a concave on the base. It's not going to be like this. All right, so I'm going to lose length on it, but that's okay. All right, will it focus? Do we have technology? Yes, we have the technology. So, yeah, pressure flake the heck out of this. Put it in a concavity. I'm going to make it straight first and then notch it and then put the concavity in. Right? That's the safest way to do it. Because if I put the concavity in first, it makes it a little bit too delicate. Yeah. I do need to trim up the sides a little bit. Yeah. Okay, so am I going to zone out this whole time? I thought the party was going to get started after that theme song. Yeah. Nope, we're just gonna zone out and do some notching. If I don't pay attention when notching obsidian, bad things will happen. This is good quality stuff, right? I mentioned that last night. I'm finding that it's a little bit slippery, but it's okay. It just means that it's kind of tough. Yeah, I think it'll nap, or it'll notch okay. What are the problems with notching? I mean, what can go wrong? Well, if the flakes are too big when you start notching, it blows out the sides. I think I can get some reliable flakes. With this stuff. Some obsidian, it gets all crazy. Yeah, and the flakes just go everywhere. And of course, it gets worse when you're notching. Everything's worse when you're notching. Whatever's bad about the material gets worse when you're notching. Yeah. I'm going to thin this down some more. And yeah, I'm going to hit the base with percussion. I'm going to take some risks. Yeah, but hopefully I'm not going to hit it too hard, right? It won't make me hit it really hard? Okay, good. As long as I can achieve the results I need without hitting it really hard, we're okay. Otherwise, we're in danger of snapping it in half. See, it doesn't want to dive, which is good. Excellent. See that? See the way it terminates? It doesn't terminate with a diving flake. It's very cooperative. See that? I did 4 in a row without diving. Very unusual. It has to do a lot with the material and not the technique. I use the same technique all the time just so I can be consistent, and I know if it's the material or me that's messing up. If I don't mess up, like on this, but I mess up on something else using the same material, it's the material that wants more convexity. This one doesn't require much convexity. As you can see, there's no diving. Where can you get some of this? I don't know. Obsidian is a lot like rocks. It varies in consistency. So just because I have something that doesn't dive doesn't mean that you'll get the same quality. You might get something like that, yes, but you can't judge a rock by its cover. Just make the most of the particular rock that you've got. If your rock is cooperating, treat it very nicely and be very, very careful so that you can take advantage of the properties at that time. That's all I can say. Yeah. And don't think that it's going to happen every time. So I'm going to be very careful with this and take advantage of the properties. I don't need to thin this side very much. So I'm just using small pressure flakes. Okay. So there. Now I can start notching. Yeah. This is going to be a triple notch. I use steel to notch it. Oh, this is too thick. Let's see if I can use my new flakers. I made 2 new notching flakers, so let's try those. Made these a few days ago or last week, I can't remember. Why are they long like this? Because they're going to be vertical notchers. You'll see. But I start with horizontal pressure flaking first. Okay, let's see. Yeah, a little bit crunchy, but it's okay, I think. I'm just pushing down. It's just like the easy peasy edge sharpening. It's just downward pressure. That's all it is. Just pop them out with downward pressure. Maybe a little bit of inward, but it's mostly downward pressure. You know, I might push inward like this a little bit while I'm doing this downward pressure, but it's mostly downward. If I push inward and then down, it scrapes a lot, and you don't want it to scrape all that much. Too much scraping leads to stalling. So you just want to be at the bottom of the bulbs of percussion or bulbs of pressure. See that one wrapped around? And I messed up. But I will start as narrow as possible, and then if it messes up like that, I'll just widen the notch a little bit. Yeah. How do you not do that? Practice. Every time there's advice on how to not do something, it's always, you got to practice. There's no formula for how to not do something. I'm doing everything I should be doing to not do it, but it still did it. The only thing I didn't do was, you know, practice a lot more in vertical notching. I don't have that much practice with it. I can wait to do this later, but I want to do it now. I don't have to even up the side. I can wait to do that, but I want to do it now. Yeah, it doesn't matter too much when you do it. But yeah, when you blow the side out, you got to eventually trim it so it looks better. Obviously. Okay. No, that's not the right one. And ideally you want nice clean pop outs and no crunching, but I need more practice. And I need to practice stopping the flaker so it doesn't go too far in. It's all a matter of muscle strength to stop. In my case, stopping it requires a lot of muscle. Now, some guys don't have a problem with that. But I have trouble. If I don't pay attention to stopping the flaker, it goes way too far in. It sticks in my pad. And it also ends up sometimes hitting the sides. So I've got to not only push down, but I have to stop it before it goes too far. Okay, all right. A little bit of an expanding notch. So it has to be ground down all around like this. Come on, focus. There can't be a burr anywhere. There cannot be a burr here, here, or on the sides, because you use everything from here all the way up around. You even use the sides of this thing. That's what scrapes the edge. When you're pushing down, it'll scrape the edge of the notch, and you can't have a burr or thickness there, because it'll stall the sides of the notch. If you want to expand the notching, you don't want it stalling on the sides. It's starting to stall in the middle. I might be able to push a flake out to get rid of that, but if not, oh well. So I got to take off any burrs anywhere on the steel. And this is just a finish nail. It's a mild steel nail. Yeah, it's stalling. Yep. All right, so I'm not going to, I could try to pop that out with more pressure and stuff, but no. I'll just take what I got. Okay, let's see the other side. Looks like that's still more narrow than this side. Dang it. I tried my best to make it the same. Yeah, I did not blow out the sides on that one. I try to get a good pop out once in a while so it'll thin it down. And yeah, those big pop outs can wipe out the barbs or the ears or the sides of the notch. Luckily, that one did not. Oh, that one did. It did wipe that out. Dang, that did a lot of damage. And I didn't even push that hard. Yeah, a lot of crunching going on. All right, that's it. That's it for the side notches. Now I got to do the base notch. I'm going to do more concavity, then put a base notch in it. Yeah. Now, is the base notch going to be expanding? Probably not. I'm just going to crunch this one in horizontally. And make sure that's not twisting in there. That would be bad. Make sure the nail is not twisting. Yeah. Oh man. I'm going to try to get a pop out to get rid of some of this step fracturing. But maybe not. Hmm. Yeah, it's getting dull, so it's slipping on the edge. The steel is getting dull, so it slips instead of grabbing the edge. It's got to grab the edge a little bit. Still not doing it. It's just stalling down in there. Yeah. But I think one of the reasons why they would put expanding notches in these things back in the day is because expanding the notch makes it easier to avoid stalling. But in this, it's a little bit too slippery because it's actually tough obsidian. All right, so that's it. Yeah, I got to be careful toward the end. I don't want to mess it up now. Okay, so I got to tiptoe this last step. Yeah, and then just I gotta sharpen the blade. Yeah, I can make the sides straighter or do whatever. From here, it's just a matter of getting the sides done. And as I get more practice, I'll be able to do thinner and thinner entry points, or more narrow entry points with thinner and thinner tools. And then I'll be able to show you how I do it with antler or some other material like alligator gar scale. The gar scale works too to do the vertical punch work. But we'll get to that later. Yeah. Remember, when I grind it, I'm making magic dust. If anyone wants to know why I'm grinding it, let me just do a pass to see how easy it is to do this. That's not going to be easy. It is a little bit crunchy. How do you not crunch it? Practice. You just got to tweak the amount of pressure and how much grinding and the size of the tool tip. If the tool tip is too fat, it'll crunch more. So I can sharpen it to help avoid the crunchiness. I can grind it more or grind it less. I just got to experiment. So the point is, or the goal is to make it nice and thin on the edge when you're sharpening it, and not just downward pressure, but some inward pressure, so I can scoop it out to create a hollow ground effect. Right now, I'm just making the edge nice and even. I'm going to be doing more than just this one pass. I'll do a second pass. But I need to make this nice and even. It just makes it much easier to do these passes. The more consistent the edge and the surface, the easier it is to create flakes without step fracturing or crunching the edges. So I'm going to sharpen the tool tip. I'm going to grind the edge a little bit better. Be more picky about every single little spot. I just did a rough grind over the whole thing. I'm going to try to focus on exactly how much grinding there is. See, so it's nice and even both sides, and then everything's center line. Well, supposedly, if everything's center line, you can flake to either side. So at this stage, I like to make everything center line as much as I can. If it's too high above center line, I won't push on it. I'll just push on the lower parts. And then I'll wait till I get to the other side to push on those spots that were too high on the other side. Okay? So yeah, I got to be persnickety about how much you're grinding and make sure you get every spot. And I sometimes I'll go in a circular motion. That just takes care of a lot of delicate areas. They all kind of snap off. If I'm going in a circular direction, it'll just snap every delicate area off. And it'll get in between and all that. So I want to get these flakes as close as possible when I sharpen it. Let's see, do I already have a sharp one? No, they're both dull. They're both the same. Too dull for this edge, so I gotta sharpen. And why does a fat point crush the edges? I don't know. It just, by experimentation, that's how I know. I don't know why, it just does it. In some materials, it doesn't do it. Okay. No, still, I don't know if it's not sharp enough or what. Or maybe I ground it too much. It's not producing a flake. If it doesn't produce a flake, then I just gotta, instead of going a little bit inward, it's just straight downward. Come on. I want to try to scoop out the edge with a little bulb to make a very thin area. See that? I want to scoop it on purpose. So there's got to be some inward force. No, it's crushing it. Not in a good way. So I'm backing off a little bit on the pressure. Yeah, backing off a little bit and putting these flakes close together. It'll look better once I do the other side. Yeah, unless I do that. That has a lot to do with the contour of the surface. If it was too steep right there to run a flake, I mean, if it hit a wall, but I think that was fine. It was just a slight change in the angle was required in order not to do that, right? I don't know. Yeah. And I'll take a bigger flake if I need to blast away a step fracture. But it's risky because it removes a lot of edge. And as I get closer to the tip, it's more downward and not inward pressure. And I'm going to abrade the edge with the flaker like this. Sometimes that works, sometimes it doesn't. But I don't want to be grinding the tip too much. Anyways, let's see. I'll look for dull spots on the other side. I'll look for dull spots that I can push on to run a flake on the other side. Yeah. But it's not working that well. I guess there's not many dull spots. If this is crushing it too much, then I won't do a second pass. You know what I mean? I won't flake down this way. If it's starting to crush the edge too much, I should be able to find some dull spots in between. I think I see them, but I guess they're not dull enough to push on because I'm getting crushing. But I guess if I dull it a little bit more with the tip of the flaker. Nope. Yeah. If it's crushing like that, that means it's not dull enough. So yeah, I've got to dull it to get flakes to go to the other side. Okay. And I'm just going to be doing a lot of this at random now because doing it methodically drives me nuts. I just can't get away from the step fracturing right there. Yeah, I probably should sharpen the tip of this. Yeah. So yeah, this is just going to take me a while if I want to get it really sharp. I think I'm having a hard time seeing the edge. Okay, so to speed this up, I'm having a hard time seeing the edge, and I'm making mistakes because I'm having a hard time seeing it. So I can see the edge clearly this way, so I'll just sharpen it this way. I won't be able to scoop out those bulbs of pressure like I want. I can't see the edge. And I am wearing my high-powered glasses. It's just the transparency of the edge is making it hard for me to see. So instead of pushing on the dull spots on the edge, I'm pushing on the surface downward. Usually I can get the pressure flaker to sit on a dull spot and then push the flake off and get a little bit of a scoop out, but not in this case. I'm having a hard time, really hard time seeing that edge. So now I just got to match the other side. Yeah. I said I wasn't going to do this, but oh well. So I'm just pushing on the surface, not even worrying about it. And yeah, I could put a bevel on it, but this is easy. I can see some spots where I can push inward a little bit. That helps to scoop out the edge, but you can probably, I don't know if you can see, this edge is thicker than that one, but there's not much difference. But anyway, if you just go straight down, the edge is thicker. I'm going to try to do a row of flakes this way to thin down the edge with inward pressure. Let's see if that works. And yeah, it's just a 90. And then I won't do a pass on the other side. I'll take some flakes off where I can see, but the second pass is very difficult to see. And I use more force down here to get bigger flakes. The lower I am, the bigger the flakes. And then they get smaller as I get near the tip. Yeah, okay, so it's working okay. As long as this stays sharp. So wherever there's a thick spot, that's where I'm pushing. And it's very difficult to see the thick spots. It's symmetrical enough, right? Yeah. Good enough. My eyes were getting tired. Yeah, it's not going to work. There's a thick spot there I wanted to get rid of. Like right in here. But it won't let me. It won't let me push on that edge. It just crushes. There's probably a step fracture right in there somewhere. It just compounded the step fracturing. Anyways, I just didn't like that lump. Okay. Now it looks worse. Yeah. I think the reason why I couldn't get past that is this. It's got a step fracture. Let's see if I can hook onto the front of that step fracture. Yeah, it's got a step fracture right in there. I think that's the source of that. That's why there's a lump there, because I guess on a previous pass it stepped right there and it didn't allow the flake to travel before, and then I just made it worse. Yeah, you can see the step fracture. I cleared out a lot of the glass and you can see it right there. The only solution is to, remove width and then try again. Let's see. Some people want to see how I do it. I'll show you. Right? How do you get rid of something that annoying that bugs you? I'll show you. It's going to reduce the width of the tip, but we're going to do it. And we're going to take it from both sides. Yeah, because I would not leave that in there. Off camera, I would pick at that until it was gone because it's very annoying. Okay, so I'm going to do a frontal attack. If that doesn't work, the plan B is to get it from the other side. So that took out a lot of the crushy stuff. That took out a lot of the crushy stuff in front of the step fracture. But I'm going to try a flake from the other side to go across. It's not going to let me do it. Nope. It stopped right at the step. See that? It let me take a flake, but it stopped right at the top of the step fracture. It didn't round the top. So right when it's supposed to flake like it's always been flaking, it's been flaking very well across a longer distance. But right when it's supposed to, it doesn't do it, of course. See that? All it did was scoop it out. It's supposed to push far enough to get past all that. But of course, right when it matters, it's not going to do it. How about that one? Yeah, that one took off a lot. It took off some of it. Yeah. Yeah, again, it's not going to do it. See, I pushed this one off and it stopped. It didn't go over the top. So I just keep picking at it. Yep. Okay. All right, 2 hours, 33 minutes. Yep, I just wanted to do that tip, and then I had to make it symmetrical, of course. All right, symmetrical the best I can. Yeah, that little step fracture near the tip. Come on, come on, come on, come on. It's still there, but it doesn't have that crackly stuff in there. See that? I was able to push some flakes through there to eliminate that crackly look. It's still there. That step fracture is still there. But I minimized it. Yeah. So, yeah, the edge is sharp. Okay. So as I get more practice with obsidian, I'll be able to do these faster. Yeah. This takes me way too long. Mm-hmm. 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 Okay. Let me check the chat. I probably was out of frame over here for a lot of that. I just can't see around the camera at this. It's hard to see around the camera at this distance from it. So I'm over here trying to look at the arrowhead. All right, let's see. Lots of chat, lots of chat. Stoneface, very sweet napping. Thank you, thank you. It's always good to hear some kind words at the end because, man, that was frustrating. All right, little mineral oil on the, and it will vanish. Yeah. Pretty persnickety. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yep. Okay, I'm gonna say goodnight. Feathered Frontiersman says, "Geez, Pat." Yeah, he's probably saying that because I just can't stop picking at it. Mm-hmm. Bobby or Aaron says, use your abrader after you sharpen your flaker. It helps rough the copper up just a hair so it don't slip. Yeah, I've tried that before. It does work. It's just too many things to do. Yeah. But it still slips. Yeah. And if I don't roughen the tip in the correct direction, it'll slip. You know what I'm saying? To prevent it from slipping, if I'm going to rough up the tip, it's got to the roughing has to be in the correct orientation. Yeah. Like if I'm pushing, you don't know what I'm talking about, right? It bugs me when it happens. So I'll tell you, if I'm pushing downward like this and I abrade it this way, like this, if I roughen up the tip this way like this and I'm pushing down, it still slips. I have to roughen it up this way across the top, which kind of flattens it. I don't like it when it gets flattened. Okay? But if I wanted to rough it up, it's got to be across this way. So it catches the edge. It goes on the edge instead of putting roughing it up in the same direction. It doesn't work. You get what I mean? Okay. I can tell when it does that, and it bugs me. Okay. Ace Maduro, I haven't seen you in a while. Just got here late, but I'm glad you got to see you put on the finishing touches. Yeah, I decided to do everything. I wasn't going to do it. Yeah. So this is very transparent, right? I was having a hard time seeing the edge. It's got that ice look. Yeah. That'd be good for a thumbnail. So the face looked pretty cool to begin with. Excuse me. So yeah, it looks good. I like it. All right, I'm gonna say goodnight here in a minute. AM Outdoor says peace. More narrow entry notching is coming in the future. Yeah, more narrow entry notching. It just takes practice. Yeah. And this is actually a large point. The Ishii points are smaller than this, and he did a very narrow notching. Narrow entry notching. Okay. If I wanted to do one of those fancy Ishii points with a narrow entry, they're going to be smaller and longer. Right? Right. Okay. All right. We'll see you tomorrow. Well, I'm going to post a regular video instead of a live stream tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to do live stream tomorrow night or Friday night. I will do a live stream Saturday. So I'll post regular videos on Friday and Thursday. Thursday and Friday. I'll be posting just regular videos. So I don't have to do a live stream. I'll be on the road. I'm going to a Knapping in Letchworth, New York. Letchworth National Park. But I'm only going to be there for one day, just Friday. And I'm going to buy some rocks. Or hopefully the rock seller I think is going to be there will be there. I'm going to buy some exotic stuff. Kill Switch says hi. You missed the whole thing. Okay. We'll see you guys later. Take care. Bye-bye.